Alright, so here's the head on the Moto Guzzi. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna, so what I read about is that the heads need to be tightened. Basically once you break in, they should be retorqued. So there's actually four big heads, or four big bolts right here. Two is under the what do you call these? The rocker arms. And the fifth one's right here. This one's small, so this one's gonna be different. So these four. So I've been kind of looking at the numbers, and I kind of been getting conflicting info. So some say it's 30 foot-pounds, but some say it's 32 to 35. Excuse me, 32 to 34. So I'm just gonna use 34 for these four. And this one I couldn't find the numbers for this one, but looking at the size, I'm probably gonna say this one's probably closer to 10, maybe 12. I would probably say it's gonna be like 12 foot-pounds or so on this one. Maybe even 15 foot-pound possibly. All these bolts are head bolts. Head bolts are they're stronger than regular bolts for the same size. So they usually, the torque numbers are usually a little bit higher. So yeah. So to get access to these two, this has to come off, and to do that, you have to basically loosen up these two right here. I believe these are 7 millimeters, and you slide this out. Then you can take off the rocker arms. Then you could torque them down. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Yeah. So I'll put on the camera on the tripod. Hopefully it will. I don't think you guys can see anything because the bike's on the side stand, kickstand. So it's angled away from me. I should have done this video on the other side, but I was kind of busy with I did the other side first, and didn't want to do a side where it's the first time that I did it. Maybe I should have done that, so that way you can see the mistakes. Anyway, so these are 7 millimeters. 7 millimeters is pretty. It's not very tight, so don't expect them to be very tight. This one feels tighter than this one though, for some reason. Even when it's loose right now, this one still feels pretty loose. This one, even though it's loose, it still feels kind of tight. I wonder if the little clip there has a little bit of resistance. Okay, so there's gonna be this little clip here. So basically, you could take this out right here. And it's pretty much out, and it just slides over, like so. Okay, so do that on both sides. And once you do that, you just pull this out. It should slide out. Well, you know what? Oh man, this thing is on the. Dang it! This thing is on the. It's not at top dead center, so right now there's a bunch of tension on here. This side's moving, so this side will slide out easy, but this side's not. This side, the valve is actually open. The valve's actually, there's pressure on the valve, that's why it's not sliding out easy. So you have to basically get the. I'm probably have to move the back a little bit just to get the move it while it's in gear, just so that way this could loosen up and they're both loose, so that way I could slide this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Dang it! I was hoping not to have to do that. Okay, let's see. Let me put this back in, just in case if it gets into the loose part, it just slides right out and drop on the floor and get damaged. Let me just screw this in so that a couple of threads, so that way it doesn't just drop down when it does get relaxed. Okay. Oh man, I was hoping not to have to do this, but you know, it is what it is. This would have been easier if I was on the center stand and with the wheel off. Let's see. Right now, I think it's 15. Turn myself in here. I'm gonna shift it all the way up to. All the way to 6, so that way it's easy to move. Let's see. Nope. That side's loose, this side's not. You can see the, oh, I can see the valve just opened. Oh man, it's hard. So much resistance. Okay, that's loose. And this is loose enough. Yeah, I think it's loose enough. Oh, that was hard. There was a lot of resistance on the engine. Resistance from the compression of the engine. Spark plugs are still in there. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, I feel a little bit of movement on both sides, so that should be enough. Hopefully. All right, let's try that again. Come on, it should move. God dang it. Yeah, there it goes. There you go, so that one moves. Before I pull that one out, let me make sure this side moves as well. It'd be better at top dead center at the power, right at the beginning of the power stroke. Right at the start of the power stroke, at the spark, the spark stroke. That way, the valves will be completely loose, or as loose as they could get. So you have, so this thing could have the least amount of resistance. So yeah, so it slides out. Okay, so they both slide out, so that's good. I just was able to just pull that with my fingers. So that means it wasn't very, there wasn't much resistance there. So pull this off. There's a little shim spring here. Right here at the top. It's a washer. It's a spring washer. God, what do they call these things? I can't remember what the name of these type of spring is. But anyways, it's a spring. Keeps tension on this, so that way it doesn't just freely wiggle around too easily. Same thing with this side. All right. So good there. All right, so I have my. Let me see. This is 15 millimeters. Yeah, 15 millimeters. My 15 millimeters. I'm gonna go to 34 foot-pounds with my snap-on. My snap-on. Potentially, these things might have loosened. So I'm just gonna go a little bit at a time. Cross pattern. I always go a little bit at a time. Let's see what number they move at. Oops. 29. That one moved at 29, so it probably was torque at 30. Or very close to it. Usually, That one moved at 30. So yes, I think these things are torqued at 30. That one moved at 27. 27, let's see what this one moves at. Whoa, that one's tight. That one went past my 34 torque spec. That one didn't move at all. So I have to be mindful of this one right here. Let's see how much it actually, let's see how much it requires to take off. 28. It moved to loosen, but tightening, it went over my 34 torque spec. Oh, it's 32. So let's bring this one to 30. Oops, that's 34. Okay, well, reach my torque spec, that's fine. Try to get my torque spec on this one. I wonder if this one was just, the thread might have been just kind of stuck a little bit, that's why it was so tight. And it might not necessarily be the actual torque spec there. So let's go to 34. Okay, 34 there. You can actually hear, you hear my my thing beep and vibrate at the same time. Jeez. That's 34. Okay, that's 34. Okay, so we're at 34 there. And now we need to go to the small one right here. So that one is, I believe, what was it, that one? So the other four are 15. This one is a 12, I think. Yeah, this one's 12. This one I'm going to probably bring it down to, let's say 15. 15 is probably the max, I think. So we go maybe 12 or 13. Actually, let me see what it moves at. I'm gonna leave it at 15 and see what it moves at as far as tightening goes. Oh, already 15 and I didn't even, nothing, it didn't budge. That's interesting. Yeah, 15 and didn't budge. The other side, it actually budged around 12 foot-pounds when I did it. It moved at around 12, so that's very interesting. So the other side, the 4 was kind of off, including here, was kind of off. This side, same thing. This one was a little bit tight. This one was slightly looser. These ones were pretty much at 30. This one was what, 27, I think it was. This one, you know, and this one I have no idea what it is at, but I don't want to go more than 15 just because of the thickness. So let's look at those up here. So yeah, so these two right here, this two, or you know, basically we're at 30, 29 something, 30. This one, when I tightened it, it moved at 27. This one I got up to 34 and didn't move. And this one at 15 it didn't move. So I'm just gonna leave this one as it is, because again, this one's, you know, you look at it, it's a lot smaller than these other ones. So I don't want to over torque that, and I don't want to mess it up. That's it. So that's basically the valve, well, excuse me, not the valve, but the head bolt tightening. And I need to put everything back. Let's do that. Let's put everything back. So remember the rocker arm and the little spring washer. That's what it is. It's a spring. What the name? What they call it? I know they don't call it spring washer. They call it. I mean, that's what it is. It's a spring washer, but that's the name for it. I forget what the name is. I'm thinking Bellevue, but Bellevue is not right. Bellevue is a cone washer. Well, it's shaped more like a cone. This one is the. It looks like it's bent. So wiggle a little bit, slide it in, making sure that washer is as center as you can with the rocker arm part. Yes. Washer was a little bit off there. Okay. A little bit more center. Everything's going in even with each other. If it is tight, that means they're not going in evenly with each other. That means it's, you know, it's one side's like a little bit more more cockeyed than the other. Since I took this out, look at it real fast, make sure everything's clean, there's no debris or nothing. Oh, this is interesting. I see a little bit of, look at that. That's right there. It's like heat right there, heat friction right there. You see that? The discoloration? That's caused from heat and friction. That's very interesting. That's that's on this side too. That's very interesting. What caused that? The other side, the other cylinder, everything was fine. Everything looked good. In. Oops, shit. God damn it. Push it in too far. Push it in too far, so this piece right here is I can't get it out, but there is a little slot right here where you can actually reach into it and slide it out a little bit. So that's good there. Now I'm going to put my clip back in. I'm going to clip it with a little fork. Slide it in like so. Slide it in like so. Screw it down. Okay, I get there. Now to the other side. Same thing with the other side. The little spring washer on top. Like so. Right now, what I'm feeling is the resistance from the spring. It's a very tight fit. You know, it's a very, very snug fit. So you want to put this spring side in a little bit first, then tilt the other side, the bottom side. Okay. So just wiggle it a little bit, and then check your little rocker roller. So this side looks fine. See, there's no discoloration and nothing. Oh, shit, god dang it. Now it's up. Oh, I just dropped on the ground. Now there's dirt there, so let me wipe that off. A little bit of dirt. Wipe off the dirt, otherwise it ends up in your little passageways. It's probably okay because it's smaller than the orifices. Usually when they're smaller than the orifices, they will just flow right through and the oil filter will catch it. But anyway, so this side, you look at it, there's no discoloration or nothing, so there's no, there's no heat buildup, no friction. The other side there was. I'm not sure what was going on with that. And so there's a cutaway right here. This is the oil passage, and it doesn't matter which way it goes, because it flows out and it flows out to the little grooves right here. But this thing, it moves. It will definitely move on you. It'll spin over time as it's in here. It'll spin a little bit, so that's no big deal. Ow. Shit. Oh, yep, I cut myself. I just cut myself on this little tab right here. I'm not sure what that tab's for. Freaking egg. Okay, so got my little fork slot thing in the bob, retainer. Slide that in. Put this on. And this is only a 7mm nut head or bolt head, so it doesn't need to be very tight. That's it. So I still have a little play. Get both sides. Yep, a little play. how it's supposed to be. As far as valve adjustment, as you do this, you might want to check your valves. I'm not going to. Actually, before I did this, I adjusted my valves before I did this. Usually, you should be adjusting your valve afterwards, but I didn't find out about torquing this up until after I finished my valve. So I think I'm probably be okay. If anything, if you torque it down, it squishes down more. When it squishes down more, it will probably, it will probably make it tighter. It'll make the valve tighter. I actually, when I adjusted my valves, I actually set it at 1/1000th on the loose side. So if it got a little bit tighter, it probably, took up that 1/1000th looseness. So that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm okay with it. So that's it. That's the head torquing up. All right. For everything else, you as far as buttoning it up, taking it out, you could watch my other videos. All right. So thanks for watching.